the world's greatest Rotary Club. Our meeting is being recorded today, so you can view it on our YouTube channel when you're bored at home. A warm welcome to all our visitors today. We hope you enjoyed today's meeting. It's one of our special ones where we actually honor and introduce our community grant awardees. So we're really excited that all of them are here and that you get to hear what they do in our community. You'll hear more about that from Bill Evans, our foundation chair. And if you want to learn more about Rotary and becoming a member, you can talk to Ricky Walters right here. He's got the microphone in his hand.
Hello, hello.
And any one of the Rotarians that have these really funny looking badges. So great. I want to thank Andrea Wilson, who was our greeter today. Great to see you. Grace Nash taking attendance, and Dennis Clare, our treasurer. He's taking all the money. So thank you all. And of course, the wizard, Ricky Walters, keeping us online. So give him a round of applause. So Mark, would you mind starting the pledge for us? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and you may be seated. Now we're going to pause recording. Are there any folks that want to talk about We Care or Happy Dollars? Any announcements you'd like to share today about anything that's going on in your lives? Oh, Pete, here. Oh, actually, Ricky's got a mic there for you. Does that work? Yeah.
We're doing We Care, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes.
So I noticed in March was 40 years.
I'd like to welcome visiting Rotarians here. I don't know if there are any. Oh, we have one over here. So who is going to introduce you? Since you don't have a Rotarian with you, oh, Ricky's going to take care of it. Good.
President Steve, fellow Rotarians and guests, it's our pleasure to introduce David Goulart from the Rotary Club of Livermore Valley. And he brews beer is all about I know about him. And I love that about him. You had me at you brews beer. That's it.
Right. Welcome. Great to have you.
Thank you.
And you want to make a quick announcement about your brewer event? Yeah, just quick. Yeah, do quick.
If you'd like a coaster, May 11th, Las Positas College, all of our funds go to the fire protection program. So everything we make that day goes back to help those students keep their costs down so we can have some amazing firefighters here in the Valley.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Okay, we have a lot of visitors here, but most of those with different community groups that received grants from us will be introduced later. Are there any other visitors? I think Gary, past President Gary, may have someone.
I brought my number one son, Anton Schweigerle.
Okay, Anton, great to see you back here. Any other visitors from Rotarian? Not visitors, but visitors. Yeah. Guests of Rotarians. Thank you. Guests of Rotarians. No? Okay, we're good. Now, it's my pleasure to invite Julie Lewis up to introduce us to the third and final student that was awarded some money recently. So we'll hear more about that from Julie. So it's all yours, Julie.
Thank you, President Steve. Fellow Rotarians and guests, I would like to introduce to you today Yufi Shen. And Yufi applied for two music, one grant and one award. PCAC gives out youth excellence awards each year, and Yufi actually applied for their award and won first place. She won $500 as an award that she can do anything she wants with. And I was asked by PCAC to pass that on to you. But in addition, some of you haven't been here for the last couple of weeks, so I'll just explain that when Don Lewis, who was one of our local musicians and residents here, when he passed away, our Rotary Foundation put together a Don Lewis Say Yes to Music grant in his name. And this year we have been honored to give out $2,000 in grants to up and coming musicians who are looking for ways to get their education, to fund their lessons, to use the money for things that make a difference in this world. Because Don was always devoted to the idea that music wasn't just music for music's sake. Music had a major purpose. And his favorite, Don's favorite quote was from Beethoven, that Beethoven believed that music could change the world. And so that's what we were looking for in this grant process. So I want to introduce Yuffie and ask her to tell you a little bit about what she's doing with her music and how she's going to use her grant.
Hi. So, my name is Yuffie, and I play the viola and the violin too. And I am currently a violist in the San Francisco Symphony Youth Orchestra, which is a really nice program for young musicians to feel what it's like to be in a more professional orchestra setting. So I'm also a part of the Young People's Chamber Orchestra, which is like a little orchestra for little kids to learn to play in a group setting. It's a string orchestra, so it's only string instruments, but it's really fun. And some of this grant will go to them because I think that all kids should have the opportunity to play music with other people. And we're always looking to make the experience better for everybody. And then the other part of the grant will go to some repairs on my viola because because the bridge is like, it's not even tilted, it's like warped a little bit. It's like hazardous. So every time I play it, I'm like, so yeah, thank you for this grant. And I will hopefully use the money wisely.
Thank you, Yuffie. So we are now going to see a short clip of Yuffie playing at a concert. And would you like to tell?
Okay, so this is the Courant from the second suite of the 6 Bach cello suites, and it's arranged for the viola because the violas don't have much repertoire and we steal repertoire from the cellists. So yeah, this is during a competition that I recently did, so it's an actual performance.
Wow. I'm so glad your bridge held up. And I hope your next competition you will feel much better even with your new bridge. So you think, I want to give you, we already gave you $500 grant, and this is a certificate of your grant. Okay, and it just says advancement for UFI Shin advancement of music career goals through education, participation in youth orchestras, and instrument maintenance. So congratulations. All right, take care.
Congratulations. Enjoy a meal on us. And thank you, Julie, for inviting her. That was fabulous. And we look forward to that, seeing those performers next year once again. So now we're moving along to any Zoomers out there. Oh, we got one. Hey, Steve.
Hey there, how are you? Great to see you all.
Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. All right, next we will move to new members. Ricky, is that something we got today to talk about? Yeah. And you got your own mic. Look at you.
Yeah,
All right,
we're advanced.
You're a
You can-
technology
you
guy.
can give that to Cove, and then we can like have a conversation and stuff.
There you go. All right.
So one of the hats I wear in the club is I am the new member coordinator, and we want to bring up Cove Corey. He is I'm going to let him tell his story about Rotary, but he's our newest member, and we have a bunch of things for you here. Your certificate, your red badge, which I'm sure will turn to blue very quickly because of your previous Rotary experience. And we also have a shirt over there at the table. Somebody will help you with that. That looks like mine. Yes, very, very similar. Maybe a different color, maybe a different size, but it looks like mine. Here, this is for you. Okay, can you give him the mic so I can? Yes. So, all right, Cove.
Steve, that's dangerous.
So we're going to have 5 quick questions. The first
Okay.
is tell us a little bit about your work and vocational history, please.
Well, I've been in real estate and or mortgages. I'm dual licensed in California, so I do both. I've been in the mortgage business since 1987, and I came back to the real estate business from my first adventure in 1974, before many of you were born. Well, maybe not so.
Not too many.
No. So, but I'm working here locally, and I just love real estate because for me, it's helping people achieve their goals. It's just a wonderful thing to do.
You're on the Armario team.
I
correct?
am with Deanne. I've known her for many years, and it's a fun place to be.
Tell us a little bit about your family and
I have 2 adult children. I have 5 grandchildren. They are up in the general Sacramento area.
wonderful hobbies and interests.
Well, I used to golf a lot until I got 2 titanium hips replaced. So we'll hope to get back to that soon.
Okay, something funny or interesting you don't mind sharing.
In 1966, how many of you were around in 66 when the Vietnam War was going on? There was 55,000 guys a month being drafted. I enlisted. I ended up in an operation where Lyndon Johnson was afraid to fly. I was in what's called the White House Communications Agency, Air Force, Navy, and Army personnel who provided communication systems equal to the Oval Office anywhere in the world outside of Camp David. So wherever he went in the world, we traveled. We traveled 6 months, 3 months, 90 days in advance with teams of people setting up communication systems. We'd go to a hotel in Nicaragua and we'd take the entire three-story hotel and rewire it for secure communications. And anywhere he went, they'd fly in the helicopters, they'd fly in the cars, they'd fly everything in. Nothing was used by any country from any country we ever went to. My experience is unique. I was one day in Winchester, Virginia, in Williamsburg, Virginia, sitting on a switchboard, which is the job they gave me. They made me a switchboard operator in the Army. And, we have direct trunk lines. So when the president would pick up a phone, we'd just say, yes, Mr. President, plug it in. This one particular day, he and one of his assistants were sitting at opposite ends of this ranch style house. And the other man was a Texan like Johnson, had a very calm demeanor, very calm voice. Johnson had the habit of every day when he would travel down a hallway, phones had to be about every 10 to 12 paces because he would pick up a phone and say, get this, do this, get this, give me this person, etc. That day, he and this man Christensen swapped into the house without telling us. And Johnson picked up a phone that Christensen had been on. And my protocol was that if I recognized his voice, I had to say, yes, Mr. President. In that particular day, because they didn't let us know they changed, I had to say, Mr. President. And so in a questioning tone to make sure it's him, I heard a phrase that I could never repeat in my life that came from the typical Lyndon Johnson, angry man, gruff, mean, ornery as a bull. And the reason, by the way, he didn't run for reelection is he was scared of assassination. We would get on a plane to go somewhere in the world to travel with him behind Air Force One, and the pilot would not know where they were going to go until they passed the halfway mark. That's how afraid he was of being assassinated. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
All right, last question. What area of service in our club are you wanting to get involved in to start as your Rotary career at Pleasanton?
I think you horse collared me for that. I basically said, Ricky, tell me where you have the need. And even though I've done foundation for 8-9 years in a row and be happy doing that, he said, well, we need somebody to fill in behind Brad and learn the programs for not this next year, but the following year. So I said, okay, I'll shadow him for the next year.
He's going to be the co-chair and take over programs after Brad Hurst. So that's what I love. He totally has the spirit of Rotary. He asked me, where do you have a need? And I gave him a list of 5 or so positions. And he said, I'll take that one. So I love that about him. And I encourage more of our club members to do the exact same thing. So anyway, thank you so much, Cove. Welcome, Cove, to the club.
Thank you. Ricky, you're going to do poker?
Yes, and while I still have the mic, I'm going to talk about our poker event that's coming up 2 weeks from tomorrow. So everyone should have a card on the table with a QR code for registering. Hopefully we all know about it. Now a bunch of you are, if you're a sponsor, either one of the gifts that we're giving away or you're a table sponsor of some sort, please raise your hand. So give those people a round of applause. Thank you so much. And if you would like to play, the QR code is on the card. We would love for you to join us, even if it's just for dinner. The theme is heroes and villains, so you can dress up as your favorite hero or villain. And there's no, you don't have to do Marvel. You could do whatever area you like. So it's going to be a hoot. And we hope you'll come out at least have dinner with us before the event. And Julio is right there. He has, we need some volunteers. So I'm going to let him talk about that.
Yeah, thank you. This event, since the beginning, I think 7 or 8 years ago, each year it has been doing better in terms of the number of participants and the money we raise, which we will use for various major causes. So this year, we are 2 weeks away, and each year we need the unsung heroes who are our members that volunteer to help out in the event. For various functions, the check-in area, the food serving area, photo booth, serving drinks, taking money from the drink buyers, et cetera, et cetera. So I got some sign up today as you came in, and I'm sure I missed some of you. So for those that I missed, just email me, and then I will put you in our grid of planning of various functions. And for those who have signed up, thank you very much.
Thank you, Julio. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ricky. Great job. So our numbers are looking okay, or are we good? Yeah,
We're right on track. Yes.
we're right on track. Ahead of goal.
We've got more sponsors than we've had in the past, so that's ahead of goal.
Yeah.
This is usually the time where a lot of people sign up. So if you
Okay.
haven't signed up and you're planning to play, I'm
Right.
in that group. So I know there's a bunch like me that I just need to click and register for the
All right.
tournament. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Jake, where's Jake? Oh, there he is in person. All right, Jake. He has a couple comments.
Yeah, so I'm Jake Krakauer, Community Service Lead for the Rotary Club. We have 3 events coming up. The April event you just heard from Ricky is the poker event, so that fundraiser. The May event will be May 11th. Is Richard here today? Not here today. So this is Rotary Gives Thanks. We are doing volunteer work to help families in need and seniors who need work done at their property on the morning of May 11th. And we have a few people signed up. I think we have 10. We need a few more. So feel free to contact Richard or myself. And then the final event is Saturday, June 1st. This is a fundraiser for Pleasanton Military Families, PMF. And we are one of the volunteer organizations that's going to be serving food at their pancake breakfast at the park adjacent to the farmer's market that morning. So come on out, help us, and then let me know if you can sign up for that. Thank you.
Any questions for Jake? No? You're doing an awesome job, Jake. Really appreciate it. So it's now my pleasure to introduce our program speaker. That's going to be the MC of introducing our community grant recipients, the one and only Bill Evans, the president of our foundation. Give it up for Bill.
Thank you, Steve. So give you an idea what's going to happen here. I'm going to give you a rundown of our community grants for this year. Our community grants committee awarded grants to 14 different organizations that are grants from our club. And then we have an additional 12 grants that were given from donor advised funds. A donor advised fund is when a member or somebody from outside the community gives money to our foundation and says, we want it to go to this specific place. So our club awarded $21,963 and the donor advised funds were $15,213 for a total of $37,176 that were awarded to. Thank you. That is a great number. That's you guys in action. And that's all of our fundraising efforts that we do as well. So we did a lot of good for a lot of organizations. We invited the 14 grant recipients of the foundation to attend today, and 12 of them are here and 2 are not. So the 2 that are not here, I have a short email that I'm going to read to you. And then after that, we will invite each of the organizations that are present up here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to time you to 2 minutes because there's only so much time that our meeting has to last. So I have the 2 people that are not present today. Is the Amador Valley High School AV Bots robotics team, and we awarded them $1,000. And this is the email that they sent to me. Here's an update on our progress. Thanks to the Rotary Club of Pleasanton Foundation donation, we were able to successfully acquire both a new 3D printer and oscilloscope. Obviously, that's not all just from our money. They have other monies coming in. Access to these tools will enable our members to develop new engineering skills in 3D printing and analyzing analog signals. These skills will not only benefit our members during their participation in AV Bots, but also in their future engineering careers. The 3D printer will be particularly valuable this summer as we plan to introduce new iterations of our task-based components, such as grabber and ball dropper. Additionally, we have initiated the design process for our new autonomous underwater vehicle using computer-aided design. We are expecting to complete all designs by the end of the school year and begin building the new vehicle in the fall. This does not sound like something I would have written in high school. So our future is very bright. We have a lot of really smart kids in this town. So let's hear it up for the Amador Valley AV Bots team. The second organization that was unable to attend today is Culinary Angels, and they were awarded $1,500 from us and $1,500 from a donor advised fund. So they received a total of $3,000. And they write, along with our deep gratitude for the community grant, we wanted to tell you what we're doing. Culinary Angels is mostly a volunteer-based organization that delivers organic meals free of charge to those going through cancer challenges. Meals are provided to the caregiver through 5 cities in the Tri-Valley: Livermore, Dublin, Pleasanton, San Ramon, and Danville. This award creates critical funds, critical kitchen equipment, and needed sanitizing agents, which allow us to efficiently execute our meal deliveries to those in need. Culinary Angels was founded in 2016 and has served close to 15,000 people challenged with cancer and their caregiver. Thank you for this amazing opportunity. So that was from Culinary Angels, and they're doing great work for people that really need it. So first up today, we're going to have Elke Rand with Assistance League of Amador Valley. And Elke, are you here? Here you are. So I'm going to pass you the mic and I'll step aside and let you say your thing.
So the main reason why I love being part of the Assistance League is because we start with an A and I always get to go first, and I love that. So hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Elke Rank. I'm the grants chair for the Assistance League of Amador Valley. I did need to bring some notes with me today. They're short. I'm relatively new to the Assistance League, only about a year or so. When I go to the meetings, I look around, a lot of the ladies and a few gentlemen. I'm going to say probably the average term is probably 20, 30 years. It's really, really impressive. We've been around since, this league has been around since 1992. And we always seems to hover around about 100 members, and they get a tremendous amount done, just those 100 members, which is amazing. We have no staff, no building, no office. So it's totally volunteer and just driven by funds that we get from grants and other means. So I wanted to point out our signature program, which is where the grant funds will be applied. It's called Operation School Bell, and it's there are multiple programs sort of within that umbrella program, if you will. I'll describe one of them, which is sort of the one that requires the most resources, both financially as well as just people resources, meaning our members, how much time needs to get involved, and that's called Clothing the Children. You may have heard of it. At the beginning of every school year, we reach out to the Title I schools in the Valley, and we work with teachers and social workers and others to help us identify about 400 kids is what we budget for. So we want to find 400 kids that are 6th grade or younger, who would really be best served with some new school clothes. Once we find the students, they get to come at a preset time to Kohl's, and our members will help them shop. We try to do it without the parents present. I mean, they're sort of there, but we want to let the kids get what they want within reason. Sometimes they want tutu dresses and things like that, and we say, no, that's not a school outfit. And then they also get to learn a little bit about budgeting, because sometimes we have to put things back because it goes over the budget that's been allowed per student. But it's really rewarding. They love it. The parents are always so grateful to get that bit of help at the beginning of the school year. And our members just love being able to assist directly like that with some kids who really benefit from that little boost. So we thank you very much, and thank you for having me today.
Thank you, Elke. And next on our list, we have the Friends of the Senior Center and Janet Burton. Are you here? Okay, and Dick Small, are you here as well? You want to come up here as well? Dick, do you want to introduce them, or if you'd like to? Yeah, I know that Dick is very involved with this organization. So, and Dick is also a foundation trustee. So he's one of the members of our foundation board, although he wasn't on the community. He reclused from the community grants one.
Just real quick. We're a small organization. We have 4 officers. We have 3 additional directors, and say how many members? Well, that's also the total membership. So it's a very small organization. Representing our group today, we have our president, Janet Burton, who, by the way, is a past president of our club. Right, Janet? You were 16 or so when you were must have been 16. Right. And then our treasurer is Richard Small, and he's also a former member or a past member of our club. So folks, want to talk a little bit about what we do with the Friends?
I'm the designated speaker. I want to say it's really nice to be back in this room, and I don't know most of you, so that's interesting too. It's been a long time. When I first got involved with Friends of Pleasanton Senior Center, my neighbor down the street walked over to my house and he said, "Janet, I want you to be on this board." This was 2012. "I want you to be on this board." I know. And it's really fun, good group of people. They're almost all Rotarians. It'll be fun. I said, "God, no, Keith, I don't want to be on any more boards. Thank you very much." But I came and I'm still here on the board. And it is a great board. We work really well together. Every time there's a job to do, everybody steps up to do it. We have no dissension and we spend the money very carefully. Want to thank you for the grant. Some of the things we do with the money is in May, we're having a party on the patio, and that's a free event, ice cream social, face painting for grandparents and grandchildren. And so that's at 3:30 in the afternoon in May. In September, we have Taste of Chocolate, and we have about 100 people come to that. And they try 6 different kinds of chocolates, and they think that's really fun, and it is. And then we vote to see which chocolate wins best chocolate of the year. And then in our big event is also tied to this club, Bob Silva, and used to be Rotary did a dinner for the seniors. And I remember when I was doing that, we roasted the turkeys in our own ovens at home. People would deliver them to our front porch. And I had to make this 3-layer Jell-O salad with green Jell-O and white Jell-O and red Jell-O. But then that became somewhat of a health code problem. Yeah, liabilities. And so eventually Rotary quit doing it. So our group picked it up, and now we have about 150 seniors who come, and we have live entertainment, and it's a super popular event. Am I up with time? Okay, so thank you. We also bought a ping pong table and a foosball table, and we just do all the luxury fun stuff that the city's not going to do. And we just do fun things to enhance the programs.
Just real quick, one of the deeper meanings is these folks get isolated, particularly during times like the pandemic. And so our goal was to come up with some activities that could be done that got them out of their isolation and allowed them to interact with each other, and particularly the multi-generational event that we've just started the last couple of years. And so it's been very meaningful and very well received. So thank you very much for your donation, for your grant.
Thank you to the Friends of the Senior Center. Next up, we have Hope Hospice, and Kendra Stray is here to represent Hope Hospice. Kendra, if you'd like to come up here. And Hope Hospice was awarded a $2,000 grant from our foundation.
Good afternoon. As I said, I'm Kendra Stray. It's nice to see some familiar faces out in the crowd. I've worked with a few of you in different facets. So we're really appreciative of this grant that funds our family caregiver programs. So a lot of people know hospice provides medical care and then bereavement support, but we like to augment some of that physical care with some education and emotional support for the family caregivers. A lot of people find themselves in the role of a family caregiver unexpectedly, and they're very unprepared for the level of care and attention and time that's required for caring for an aging individual in home. You know, if you pay for in-home nursing care or supportive care, it's extremely expensive. So a lot of people end up having to share those responsibilities among family members and their personal network themselves. So they are not necessarily equipped to take on all of that. So Hope has a monthly family caregiver education webinar series that covers a variety of topics of interest to those who are caring for someone at home. It's been going on for 10 years. And through the first couple of years, we noticed we had a huge boost in attendance for any topic related to dementia. So we sort of have a spin-off program that covers more dementia-related topics. So we're continuing to expand that programming as dictated by the people who participate and give us feedback. So thank you very much for your support and helping us keep this program alive and available at no cost, not just to families who have someone on our service, but it's available to anyone in the Tri-Valley community. And thank you to the gentleman in the back who talked about our Hike for Hope. I brought a couple of postcards. I'll just leave at the front table. Thank you.
Thank you, Kendra. You bring dignity and comfort to families in need. My family experienced that when my wife's mother passed. Hope Hospice was there, and they made the end a little easier for her and for us as well. Our next group is Museum on Main, and we have Linda Garbarino here. Linda, where are you at? There you are. Welcome. So Museum on Main was awarded $500 from the foundation and $1,000 from a donor advised fund. So they received a total of $1,500. Here you go.
Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests. And having come from a Rotary background in my family, I just want to say you really do good work and people need to know more about you. So that's what's going to happen with our grant at the Museum on Main, known actually as the Amador Livermore Historic Society. We actually are more familiar to most of us as Museum on Main or MOM. And we have a Mom's Reading Group, which you have helped fund. And that brings in young children that we feel are benefiting from a literacy, a pre-literacy opportunity. We have opportunities to read to them, share stories. They always have a project afterwards, which a lot of the funding from your group is going to be paying for over the years. So every month we have between 50 and 60 children that come in with their families, parents, or caregivers that are taking care of them. And they spend quite a bit of time at the museum and they enjoy that. They learn, and the goal is to get them into the museum and to make them aware of what is there to be offered. So when they come back as third graders, because we do a wonderful third grade program with the school district here, and they are familiar with it and feel comfortable coming into the museum. And we sort of measure our success on a number of scales, how long they stay there, when they come back, things that they do while they're there, questions that they ask, and involvement that the parents often get connected with as a result of bringing their children in. A few years ago, we started working with an adult special needs group who enjoyed coming in, listening to stories, or is part of the lifelong learning group. And they enjoy the craft project that goes with it because it reinforces the story and the background and the information that they learned while they listened to the story. So this is something that they did not have as an opportunity. And so post-COVID, we are bringing our numbers back so that we're close to where we were before then, and we want to continue growing, and we want to thank you again for your generous grant. It will help us.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda. Next on our list is Paws in Need, and we have Leslie Silberman here to represent. Where are you at? Here you are. Welcome.
Brought my cheat sheet here. Thank you for having me, and thank you for your generous grant of $500. Paws in Need has been serving the Tri-Valley. We celebrated our 10-year anniversary last year, and we're all volunteer-run organization without a physical facility. We're not a shelter or a rescue, so we partner with non-kill organizations and veterinary providers throughout the valley to directly help those in need. Pet owners are usually low income. We also help with the stray population to reduce overpopulation in the general area. And so we deal with mostly low income seniors and some homeless. And we do great work with a very small with a very small organization, and 92% of all the funds that we raise, either through donations or fundraisers, go directly towards treating the animals. We have two programs. One is our low cost spay neuter, which is our primary focus, but we also have another program where we allocate funds. We set them aside so that if pet owners come to us in financial hardship and they have an advanced procedure that needs to be performed for either their dog or their cat, we cost share with them based on the need that based on their resources and the need that's there, and we make it happen. So the president of our organization is amazing. She has a full-time job and she's case manager for all of these animals. We treat anywhere, or we help anywhere from 70 to 100 animals every single month. So she wanted to share a story that came across most recently that sort of encapsulates what we do and also shows where the $500 grant will go. An East Bay family noticed a stray cat, somewhat friendly, but cautious and very hungry. They started feeding it. It came around more and more. And then after 6 months of daily feeding and living in their yard, the cat came up with a very injured eye. Not knowing what happened to it, they managed to get it into a cage and got it to a veterinarian to be sedated and examined. A serious injury, the cat had to have surgery on its eye, and at that time it was discovered that the cat was not yet neutered. Paws in Need was able to help financially with the cost, as this family could not begin to afford over $1,000 for eye surgery plus the cost of neuter. Paws in Need contributed $475 to the case, and the cat got eye surgery this past Monday and is recovering from both the surgery and being neutered. This grant helps us solidify this case entirely because we got another community fixed and helped the family who was struggling financially, but still compassionate and wanted to help this community animal. As an update, the family grew attached to the cat, and the animal will continue to live in the yard after the confinement and healing from the surgery is complete. They are not trying to get rid of it or take it to any shelter or anywhere else. They actually said they would try to make it an indoor-outdoor cat. The veterinarian told me he really liked this family and that he thought this would work out well. It's always good to get the veterinarian's perspective because they can actually meet the people, since a lot of what we do is remote. He said the eye surgery was a success and the cat did not lose the eye, and it's a very nice success story that shows you what we do. So thank you so much for having us and for giving us this grant.
Thank you, Linda. Got to make sure I don't miss anybody on the list. Next is Pleasanton Military Families. And we have their president, Sydney Roth, here. And we also have Denise Harper and Connie Teixeira. Shout out to Denise. She's a good friend of my wife and I. We're buddies. How you doing, Denise? Okay, so here you go.
Hello, happy Thursday. Thank you for having us. My name is Sydney. I am the newest president of Pleasanton Military Families. Super honored to be in this position. So, and thank you for this grant. It came at the most perfect time. We do pack outs 2 to 3 times a year. We just had one March 1st and 2nd, and it came at the most perfect time. We sent out 224 boxes to troops around the world. So, the grant, thank you very much. It very much helped, and that the troops were very happy to receive the boxes. So we're able to continue on. I think the next one, we're not quite sure. We'll do another one soon. But that's what we're just so proud to be able to send these packages. Yes, I should. My husband actually is active duty. So Pleasanton Military Families is a great community for me to be able to plug in. I've moved around with him. He's at 18 and a half years. So we're right at the end of his time, which is crazy, but Pleasanton has always been home to me. So being able to come back and forth and just travel with him, but now I'm here. He has a little time left, but being able to kind of plug into the community of PMF has been amazing. And now I'm just honored to be able to represent. So I'll let you say a word.
Hi, I'm Denise Harper. I was the previous president of PMF, and my daughter was a United States Marine. Now she's a veteran. And I will always support PMF for any of our active duty parents and wives that still have family members in the service. So thank you all for contributing to this grant for us to continue sending care packages to our active duty troops overseas.
My name is Connie Teixeira. I have a son who's presently serving on the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. They went out in October and they just extended his deployment until June. So hopefully he's an aviation ordnance man serving 8 years. Thank you for this honor and this pleasure. We really, really appreciate it.
Okay. I was just talking to Denise because she told me offline that they're planning something for Chris Miller. And when that gets organized, we'll make that announcement here because I'm sure many of our members would like to go and support that or attend that event. And I didn't mention, but Pleasanton Military Families, we awarded them $2,000. Next up, we have PPIE, Pleasanton Partnership in Education, and we have their Executive Director, Andrea Wilson, our member, here with us today. And we awarded $1,000 to PPIE, and Andrea, come take it away.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. PPIE, as many of you know, has been around since 1987, and we are the foundation which helps support Pleasanton Unified School District. We really fill in the gaps to enrich our students' education through different ways, and it's evolved over the years, but we currently support our librarians being at all of our school sites for the same amount of hours. We support our intervention specialists at all our school sites doing the same thing. We support district-wide mental health wellness. We've really, especially coming out of COVID, have really seen a need for that. So we are at both of our high schools with mental health programming, and then we're looking to expand to our middle schools. And then we also offer student and teacher grants every year. So this grant that you guys have given us will help support our student grant program, as well as our grants for our, we do work with our McKinney youth and foster kinship program. So our kids that really need a little extra help through peer tutoring programs that we, the district offers that we help supplement and support. So we thank you very much for your support of our organization over the years.
Thank you. She just gave me a half a minute back. I appreciate it. As a guy who's following an agenda, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5, and we're going to make it just in time. Okay, Pleasanton Unified School District. We have Jennifer Darling here. She is, I believe she's a social worker. Is that what your title is? And we awarded $2,000 to them, and she's going to talk about that.
Thank you so much. My name is JC Darling. I'm one of the school social workers for Pleasanton Unified School District. I really appreciate you inviting me here today and for this grant and taking a moment for all the other organizations that we reach out to and provide money. As a school social worker, we work directly with the parents and students to help support families that have barriers to education. One of the programs that we work with is our McKinney-Vento, which is our homeless families, as well as our foster kinship. This grant directly goes to our secondary, our middle and high school students that fall into those categories with McKinney-Vento and foster kinship. We buy gift. Oh, sorry. We get gift cards for those students, and then they get directly to go shopping for needs for clothes and shoes that they need for school. And the students themselves get to do that shopping. So it really empowers them to be able to pick out the clothing that they need for school. So I appreciate everything that the organization does. Thank you.
Thank you, JC. Okay, Sleep in Heavenly Peace is next up here. Their president, Daniel Curtis, is unable to attend today, so I forgot your name. Dave is here. So Dave's going to talk about beds and beer.
All right, well, I'll pass on the beer. If you want to talk to me about beer later, you can talk about that. So I'll talk about beds. Sleep in Heavenly Peace is a national organization. We are the Alameda County chapter. So any money that you donate, and my fellow Rotarians, I appreciate all you have given to us of your time and of money. All that money does stay in Alameda County. It does not go back to the national organization, so it does stay with us. We do deliver beds in Livermore, Pleasanton, and Dublin, which always amazes me. I would think the need would be Oakland, Fremont, Union City areas. But when we deliver beds locally, it's a little more emotional for me when you're here, even blocks away from this lovely place, to know that there's people here in town that actually do need our help. So we deliver beds to students that are from birth to 18 years old. And they do get a new bed that we build out in Livermore behind Crosswinds Church at our barn that we have out there that's donated by the church. They get the bed, they get the mattress, they get all the bedding and pillow. So my best story that I can give you is the very first delivery I had. So I actually have been building with them for about 2 years. I was invited to be on the delivery team. My first delivery was a single wide trailer in Union City. We had a 16-year-old son and an 8-year-old son, and the 16-year-old son was crying the entire time. And at the very end of that delivery, I asked him, "Are you okay?" Like, just thinking maybe he was excited about the bed, or, you know, what a rough life, whatever it might be. And he goes, "I'm just happy that my little brother is not going to have to spend 16 years on the floor like I did." So thank you for what you do. It may impacts locally a lot. So if you need more information, let me know.
Thank you, Dave. And, you know, we have had community service projects where our club and other clubs have gone out to Sleep in Heavenly Peace and built beds. And it's quite rewarding to do that. I encourage you to sign up for it next time it comes around. By the way, we did award them $3,000 from as a grant. Sunflower Hill is next up, and we awarded them $1,000. Jennifer, are you here? There you are. We were at a party at Randy's, and we got to know each other pretty well, didn't we? There you go.
Like, you're Nick's dad. Everyone knows Nick, right? Thank you so much, Phil. And thank you so much to the Rotary Foundation for giving all of us amazing nonprofits funds to keep doing what we do for the community. So thank you. I am Jen Oxy. I'm with Sunflower Hill. We create spaces and places where adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities can live, work, learn, and thrive. We accomplish that by providing engaging and therapeutic programming for those adults in our community. We service over 200 adults per year. We have a community, the first community of its kind, an affordable, independent living community for adults with IDDs is in Pleasanton at Irby Ranch. If anyone would like to go out there and get a tour, please contact me. It's an amazing community. And we do offer karaoke nights, art nights, paint nights, tons of activities for the adults to come together, engage and socialize, and provide them an outlet. At our garden in Livermore, which is where this grant is going towards our hands-on garden programs for the adults with IDDs. We help our adults by providing these classes to engage them with learning about gardening, nutritious meals, being able to follow directions, socialize with their peers. It's just a great program that we provide. So that is where these funds are going. And in addition to providing the programs at the garden, we also donate almost 3,000 pounds of food every year to Tri-Valley Haven, Shepherd's Gate, and Culinary Angels. So many people aren't aware of that we do help with food insecurity right here in the Tri-Valley. Couple dates coming up for us. We have our Spring Carnival at Irby Ranch, May 18th. Information on our website. And we have our gala coming up September 21st at Blackhawk Museum. So please save the date. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Yay. Okay. And do you hear, Ricky? There's 3 club members that are on the board at Sunflower Hill. Good for your work. Tri-Valley Haven, we awarded them $2,000 and $1,000 in donor advised funds for a total of $3,000. And Christine Dillman, their executive director, is here to speak to us. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Christine Dillman. I'm the Executive Director for Tri-Valley Haven. Tri-Valley Haven is a domestic violence, sexual assault, homeless service organization. We've been around for 47 years. This grant is going to our Client Choice Food Pantry. Our Client Choice Food Pantry, we've been around, we've had the food pantry for over 20 years. We changed to Client Choice a couple of years ago. And what that means is when people come, it's kind of like when you go to the farmer's market. So people walk in, they're greeted, and they're taken around and they get to pick what they would like. So would you like produce? Would you like eggs? Would you like dairy? Would you like meat? Would you like fish? And it's so much more effective. First of all, we're throwing away so much less food because we're not giving people food that they can't eat. And people are choosing much healthier foods. So we go to about 14 different grocery stores a week to do grocery rescue. But even with that, a lot of times we don't have the healthy food that we need. And that's what this grant is going to pay for. So we're going to be able to do an order for those eggs and that dairy that we don't have enough of. So that when people come, we make sure that we have what they need. So we're doing about 250 people a day come to our food pantry. And that has increased by about 17% year over year. Since the pandemic started. So we greatly appreciate your help. We are having a gala this Saturday, April 13th. There are still a few tickets available if you'd like to join us. It is a gala to support our new domestic violence shelter, which is going to have 50% more beds from our previous shelter. So you can go on our website at trivalleyhaven.org if you'd like to join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I really appreciate you funding Tri-Valley Haven and all the wonderful organizations here. So thank you.
And thank you very much. And last but not least, we have our Troop 911 Scouts and our Scoutmasters. Steve Musel's here. Steve, are you? And we awarded the Scouts $1,963, and that's a pretty random amount. And they asked for a smaller amount of money than this, but we had a little bit of leftover money, and we gave it to them. The boys, or the Scouts, I'm not supposed to call them Boy Scouts anymore. The Scouts are very involved with us. They work the Spirit Run, they run the water stations, they do Rotary Gives Thanks, they go out there and they work with us. And we're really happy to support this local troop and to help them financially when we can. So here you go.
Thank you, Bill. My name is Stephen Musil. I'm the new Scoutmaster of Troop 911. We are a very strong troop, about 60 Scouts. We've been here on and off since the late 1960s. Going at the end, I have to tell you, I want to thank you for all of the funding that you do to these wonderful organizations. I'm in awe. I had no idea. We're very proud of our partnership with Rotary, but everything else that Rotary does is great. In scouting, we have something called the Scoutmaster Minute, and I'm afraid I'm probably going to blow right past that now. Through Rotary's generous grant, the troop was able to purchase a handful of new camp stoves, new tents, and new ground cloths to protect the tents. And they've already gone to good use. Last month, we went on a weekend camp out to Mount Diablo, very windy and wet camp out. Next month, we're going to go snow camping up in the Sierra, and we're also going to the Twin Valleys Camporee up in Rancho Los Mochos in the Livermore Hills. It's our first time going to a camporee since before the pandemic, so this is great. For those of you who don't know what a camporee is, it's an opportunity for the Scouts to get out with other troops and compete in knot tying, building campfires. They've even got something called tomahawk throwing. I'm not sure that wouldn't have flown. That wouldn't have flown when I was a Scout, but you know, different times. Can I ask, are there any former Scouts here? Excellent. That is awesome. Then you know the importance of camping. Camping gets the kids out of their comfort zone. It gets them away from their PlayStations. It not only teaches them teamwork and leadership and camping skills, how to set up a tent, how to cook outside, how to fall asleep in a sleeping bag. It also teaches respect for the outdoors. And that's where the value lies in the Rotary's grant. So on behalf of the Scouts of Troop 911, I want to thank you for your very generous donation.
Thank you, Steve. And let's give a warm Rotary thank you to all of our local charities that we're supporting, all the great work that you're doing in the community, improving people's lives. And we're happy. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. And with that, I will turn this meeting back over to President Steve.
Awesome job as always. And what I like most, I think, about the presentations was the connection with Rotary. We had past presidents here and past members. So those that are past, hopefully they'll become future members again. But we really do appreciate all you do for our community. It's that's why Pleasanton and the Tri-Valley is such a special place. So I just wanted to update you on a couple things. I know we're running over, but please bear with me. Those that were here for the speech contest, you may remember Maya Mithani. She was our winner, and she competed last Friday with several other speakers from other clubs in our area, and she did really well. Unfortunately, she didn't get first. She got second place, but she did an awesome job, and she's only a sophomore, so I convinced her hopefully to come back again next year. So I wanted to let you know that. Next week, we're going to have our TTT at Gay 90s Pizza, starting at 5 o'clock, right, Mr. and Mrs. Shapiro? Yeah, we're good. All right, ready to go. Wonderful. And also wanted to know if you could help me for 1 minute before you leave. I want to do a quick video to the district conference. They asked me what was my Rotary moment this year so far. And quite honestly, my Rotary moment has been working with all of you, because I don't do anything. I just stand up here and talk, but you all do the work. So if you bear with me and not leave yet. Jesus, are you there? Yeah, he's supposed to videotape this for us. So just bear with me a second. And then we'll do the raffle. Okay, thank you, man. Is he here? Oh, he's here. Good. Jesus, yes. Let me get my phone for you. Okay. Yeah, do that one. Yeah, okay. And let's where are you gonna do it from there? Oh, that's good. I just want to actually, I think you should be over here. Sometime this week. Yeah. Right here, son. Yeah. And then, hi, this is Steve Van Dorn. I'm the president of the Pleasanton Club here in downtown Pleasanton. And we accomplished so much this year as a club. And the only reason we've been able to do it is due to our members that are sitting behind me. And so my favorite moment as president has been working with all of them. And the reason that we do so well is because we are the world's greatest Rotary Club. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. All right, let's do you're hired, Jesus. Maybe you can cover for Ricky. No, I'm kidding. So do we have anybody? We have some tickets for our opportunity drawing. Yes, $43. $43. Wow, fantastic. Okay, so the first ticket goes to 4269. 4269. 4269. Anybody have that? That just amazes me that no one has the ticket. Okay. All right, let's try again. 4278. Very cool. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then while he's walking back there, I think it's important to note, we heard about Pete's membership with our club. it's important that Jim Golseth is here today. And Jim, how many years have you been a member of our club? It's 37 years this month, so congratulations. One more, okay. The next one is 4283. 4283. 4283. All right, there we go. Heidi, our newest members, she wins. Let's see if he gets the proper color here. Also, Dennis Clare, how many years have you been a member? Okay, that's correct. 12 years. Very good. You're a good math guy. Fantastic. And I don't know, Dick, did I already acknowledge your birthday? Oh, okay. Well, I am formally acknowledging it, and happy birthday. So you're very welcome. So on that note, we are going to adjourn our meeting. Thank you all for being here.